Rick Armendariz has a wife, 2 kids, and owns his own company. He says he knows what it's like to pay for expensive health insurance.
We used to have a group plan with everybody in the company, but when the cost just got too expensive, we started looking around and we wanted something affordable for our family.
He started shopping around and was shocked at what he found. Children's health insurance for just $50 a month through eHealthInsurance online.
I know there's a lot of people who don't have health insurance, but being that affordable, more and more people should have health insurance here in El Paso.
Joe Harden has worked at In-Air Aviation Services for 10 years. He's the shop supervisor. In April, he was told he'd have to pay hundreds more a month for health insurance because his employer couldn't afford to cover the premiums.
Since the airline industry kind of went, took a little dive, the company went through some hard times, and what happened was they basically had to do away with their insurance here.
Harden searched for help on the internet and found eHealthInsurance.com.
It's kind of funny because I'd never really had a major claim on insurance, and I was always kind of, why do I have to pay so much for insurance? Never had a claim. Well, last year, my 15-year-old son went to the hospital and was in for 9 days for appendicitis. And once I seen the bills and things, it was like, well, you just can't live without it.
When we put in some basic information, like zip code and birth dates of a made-up family, we ended up with 50 plans from which to choose. Harden was faced with paying about $500 a month. Now he pays $290 a month, 100 of which his employer picks up.
In this day and age, no one should have to go without health insurance, especially in the LA area. In a recent survey, Long Beach and Los Angeles are on the top 10 list of most affordable cities for health insurance.
Ready, set, hi, go run, 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 run.
Like any father, Gary Frazier wants his young family to live long lives. For him, health insurance is extremely important. But at one point, Gary figured he couldn't afford health insurance and went without coverage for almost a year.
He was laid off a while back, just over a year ago. And of course, the health insurance goes away. They offer you something. I think it's called Cobra. I don't know what it is. But they offer you something, and it's still very high. It costs a lot.
There is a misconception that health insurance is very expensive. In some parts of the country, that is true. But Southern California is one of the most affordable cities in the nation. Gary Frazier logged on to eHealthInsurance and found a health plan that worked for him. The cost for his family of 5, only $181 a month.
On a monthly basis, I'm going to say I probably saved about $300 a month. And that's a whole family covered.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer.
This morning, our week-long series, Today's Money for Women, takes a look at the critical issue of health insurance. Our recent survey found the 5 top financial concerns for women are living within your means, affording health insurance, getting rid of debt, buying a home, and saving for retirement. Let's go over ways to find affordable health insurance. One thing you say is start on the web.
Right. There are a number of sites out there. The leader is called eHealthInsurance.com, and you can go on a site like this, type in the needs of your family, and they can point you in the right direction for any number of different sorts of plans, and that can be a really good place to start.
Thank you. And we want to mention that you have a whole slew of financial experts available that people can call on an 800 number.
Right. For each day, we have a specific 800 number, and today the folks at eHealthInsurance are helping us out. Their 800 number is 877-eHealth. They will help guide you. They're not going to try to sell you anything.
Oh, that's terrific, and that's a great service that you're offering free of charge,
there
right?
There you go.
All right, Jean, thanks so much.
To not have health insurance and to have either you be sick or your children be sick and have to go to the doctor, you're scared, you're afraid that the doctors are going to turn you away, you're afraid the hospital is going to turn you away because you're not insured.
Donna Johnson, a single mom, says she's lived with tremendous fear for 11 years. That's how long she and her son, who has asthma, have gone without health insurance.
I was afraid that she didn't have the money to pay for the doctor, and it was frightening.
Donna says she's paid more than $15,000 over more than a decade for health care. She says this site has been a lifesaver.
It's the worst thing to have your kid in a hospital hooked up to wires and machines, and you don't have any money to pay for any of this. You don't know. I didn't know what I was going to do.
After logging on to eHealthInsurance, Donna says she was covered within a few weeks. She now pays $225 a month and is fully covered, even with Paul's pre-existing condition.
And I was just so overwhelmed by everything that I had been through, all of the years that I had gone through without the insurance, all the money that I paid, and I sat in my chair and I cried, because it was just the best feeling that I had had in a lot of years.